Hey everybody, day 3 of my real estate strategies on how to win that deal. So today's Wednesday. There's many of you around the country who are going to be watching this, and you're going to be out shopping for a house this weekend. And as much feedback as I'm getting, oh my gosh, y'all know how many live videos I used to do all the time, but I'm getting so much feedback on these videos. And I want you to come into the comments if you've got questions, Anthony. And people are out shopping for houses right now, right? Interest rates are still under 3%. So I want to talk about what happens to you, the buyer. So who I'm talking to in this series of videos is I'm talking to buyers. I'm talking to all of you out there who are thinking about throwing your hats or your helmets into the arena. And in the last 2 in my series, I talked heavily about the fact that the press, like if you turn on the news, you're never going to go buy a house. If you read Yahoo Finance, you're never going to go buy a house. Now, I am a contributor for Forbes Real Estate Council, and I've been writing all afternoon because I need to have something ready for them next week to put online. And I'm going to talk about this. Like, we can't let our psyche get unmotivated. Like, houses are not going to be cheaper a year from now. So if you're in the market to buy a house and you're like, well, I think I'll wait for the market to cool down or crash, it ain't happening. This market's not going to crash and it's not going to cool down. But there's strategies that you can use to win the deal. And I had a call today with our team, and I think I had 40 or 50 agents on there today, and and they were on there and they were talking about the fact, oh, hey, Lisa, we had to go 70,000 over to get this house. We had to go 60,000 over to get this house. And I'm like, whoa, stop, time out. Whoa, stop, time out. $60,000 or $70,000 above what? Because pricing strategies today, when a house is listed, the majority of the time, a lot of the time, the agents are going to price it under market. Why? If it's less expensive than the competition online, it's going to get more eyeballs. See, eyeballs, eyeballs, eyeballs. That's what you pay us for. That's what you pay an agent for, is to create eyeballs. Now, I used to say when I was in the car business, it was butts and seats. But in the real estate industry, it's eyeballs. You want eyeballs. You want people looking at your house. You want people sharing it. You want it out there. You want all of that, right? So how do you create eyeballs? You put in a low price. You put in a price that it could be sold for if it had to be, because there's that, right? But you put in a price where it creates a lot of buzz. It creates a lot of interest. It creates a lot of showings. It creates a lot of eyeballs. So what happens, and this is what we're going to talk about today on my, I haven't even named this show, but I love this show because every single day, all day, I am either dealing with my own real estate stuff or my huge team. And so I just hear all these scenarios from around the country. And so the first thing I want to tell you, you're hearing these stories. I paid 50, 60, 70, 80,000 over. Okay, over the list price, but that doesn't mean that was the value of the house. So somewhere between what's in the MLS and what you paid lies the truth of the value of the house. So just know that. Oh, good grief. My phone is going crazy. So anyways, so that is the value of the house. And then there's another theory to value. Something's worth whatever somebody's willing to pay for it, right? There's that also. And so there are some properties that are more, what's the word? Valuable, right? Like they back up to a lake or a creek or a stream, or that, they've got this great piece of property, and like land doesn't multiply. So once a great piece of property is gone, it's gone. Or once a lake community sells out all their waterfront or creek or whatever, well, then it's gone. Like you're not going to recreate that versus like a lot and block house where you go out there and some farmer just sold off a ranch and then they just subdivide it and they throw a bunch of houses in. Well, they can recreate that anywhere. So the value's not there as much as a unique piece of property. But let's just put the unique pieces of property on the shelf for right now. I want to talk about if this weekend you go out and you find your greatest house and you put in an offer, and it's inevitable, if it's in a multiple offer situation, that your agent, and if you're not using an agent, don't even talk to me. Like, shame on you. Shame me. If your largest purchase in the world, you need to have a professional on the job. So chances are, if you're in a multiple offer situation, your agent is going to get an email that says, hey, Lisa, we've received multiple offers on this home this weekend, and our seller is looking for your best and final offer. And here we go. That's when I think the mania starts. Now, I'm a listing agent, big time, and I do the very same thing. Why? I want to drive the price higher for my seller, right? So that's the listing agent's job, is to do that. So, but I'm talking to buyers out there, like you're in a multiple offer situation and you're ready to win a deal finally. Like you're like sick and tired of losing deals. So what are you going to do when you get into that best and final situation? Your agent calls you and goes, guess what? Shocker, we're in a best and final situation. How do you, without just going cray-cray on your price, how do you create or recreate your offer to make it more something that the seller would look at, right? And remember, there only has to be 2 offers for that email to go out, right? Multiple offers is more than one. So there'll be times where you're thinking, oh my God, there's 35 offers. I need to go 100,000 higher. So like, try to gauge that a little bit, right? When you were there seeing the house that weekend, was there a line standing out front? Like that famous house in Leander I've been talking about for 2 days? We stood in line. Okay, that just doesn't happen in our area. But when you price the house at half price, then, of course, it's going to create a line, right? So what's some of the things you can do in your counter offer? You can, number one, you can remove the contingency. And you're like, what? I still have a house to sell. I can't do that. Well, I can tell you, if you're with an EXP agent, we have a way for you to remove the contingency. Hey, Joy, how are you? I can't hear you over the volume of your hair. Wow, thanks. Oh my God, I need a haircut so bad. It's so long. Anyways, so there's that. So remove the contingency, and any EXP agent that is an express offers agent, which I am one and everybody on my team is one, we can actually help you remove that contingency. I'll leave it at that. You remove the option period in your best and final. You say, you know what? No matter what, I'm doing the deal. No option. I'm going all in. So if the house is caving in and the roof is falling apart or whatever else crazy thing out there, I'm going to buy this house regardless, right? Because the second you remove the option period, your earnest money goes hard. All right. So there's that. You can up your earnest money and you can up your option money, which is something I always do in a best and final. I'm like, okay, like we're super serious about this. We're not out shopping every house in America. We'll double our earnest money. We'll double our option money. We want to show you, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, we are all in. You can put a limit on the repairs, and that's what happens when you have an inspection. Now, I have heard people say, oh, I'm going to waive the inspection. That is stupid. Okay, straight up stupid. Anybody that waives an inspection, like, don't work with me, please. I don't want to be in court someday. So, but in lieu of waiving the inspection, you can limit the repairs, okay? So you can say, okay, guess what? I'm still going to have my inspection because if in some crazy world that this house has got mold or the wiring's fried or whatever it may be, I can still get out of this deal. But you can limit the repairs because an inspector has one job, and that's to scare the hell out of your buyer. I'm convinced. And I like my inspector a lot, but oh my God, like there's times I had to be like, dude, stop. Like, this is crazy. Like it gets to be too much sometimes. So limit your repairs in your best and final. And then last but not least, and this is something that I only know that I offer at this point, but if you work with me in Central Texas, we can eliminate the financing. I have a program that we can actually come in and turn your financed deal into a cash deal. Now, that being said, there's a cost to it, of course, right? There's a cost to it. So anyways, if you're interested in that, let me know, because like I told you yesterday, that the Wall Street Journal has said that you've got a 50% better chance of winning a contract if you go cash, right? It just takes all the headache away from the seller. Because people say, well, why does the seller care if it's cash or finance? I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons. If it's a government loan, FHA or VA, you get those appraisers out there and then they start calling for repairs. They see water at the back door. They see the roof line. They see, oh my gosh, the drains and all crazy what these inspectors come up with on these govy loans. So you can, you can eliminate that with me, but it'll cost you anywhere from 1% to 3%. to convert your deal to cash, and then you can actually go back in and have your mortgage lender take out the loan from my people. So anyways, that being said, like, you want the house really bad, like, you got to pull it, you got to get into your bag of tricks, you got to get into your bag of whatever. And if you're not working with an agent that has a bag of tricks and you're not in Central Texas, call me, because I've got lots of agents that have lots of bags of tricks because they're on my team. And every trick and bag and everything that I've got, every resource and asset I've got, I share with my team, because I want everybody to be successful that works with me. So eliminate the financing, and it can be done. There's a cost to it, but is that better than jacking up the price of the house? I don't know. You'll have to decide. That's a decision to make with you and your agent at the time. So I hope that helps all you house shoppers out there this weekend. The title of this was how to win when you get into a best and highest, right? Highest and best offer situation. And anyways, so I want to absolutely encourage you, throw your hat into the arena. Call me. I don't care where you live in the country. If you want to know if you've got some questions about some of the things that I've mentioned, give me a call, and I will happily share with you my resources. I will refer an agent to you, or if you're in Central Texas, I'll work with you or somebody directly on my team. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I got to get back to work. Bye.